Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome into Fayetteville Public Utilities, and we're in the FPU studios today with our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye. Britt, good morning.
Good morning, Don.
Got a lot going on around FPU. This is kind of, I guess, our year end as our fiscal year starts back over July 1st. So we're coming up on that pretty quick, and I'm sure you and Kim have a lot going on to try to wrap up the year.
Well, we're trying to get the auditor satisfied, I guess you can say, along with some other employees. But, so far it's turned out really well.
Yeah, you have auditors here pretty often. In fact, they're here now, so you might explain how that process works.
Well, it's like you said, we're getting toward the year end, and they have to do the audits, and plus we have to do the pole counts, transformer counts, gas pipe counts, all that on all assets are what we got. So it takes quite some time, and there's a lot of detail we have to be sure we got filled out correctly, and they check us out thoroughly. Plus, we get one from TVA too, an audit, along with the year end, and then our SRF funding. The state also audits us, so we have several audits that goes on at the same time.
So we got to keep up with everything. We got to have everything accounting for, and I guess that gets into an inventory situation that you've got to know what's on hand, and you've got to be able to account for when you use it and what you use it for. There's a lot involved in that, and that goes way over my head really quick.
Well, it's not fun sometimes because, you have your staking sheets and worksheets and all those that you have to be sure that everything meets everything in detail and that it all matches up. And like I said, when you got TVA doing the audits as well, and along with our regular auditors that come in here, you got to be very detailed, know exactly what you got at all times. So throughout the whole year, it's not that we wait till the last month to close and check things. We do it all through the year.
Okay. Well, when we're talking about this time of year, one thing that we're dealing with now is a lot of heat, and it's the heat's kind of hit us early this year. And I know there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind. You got to try to make sure the power stays on. Plus, you got to take care of your employees.
That's correct. And we normally do that when you start hitting 100-degree days and your heat index gets up to around 107, 108 degrees. Month of June has been an abnormal month of the way the heat has been. Don't know what to expect exactly in the month of July or August, but I'm going to say based on June, we're probably going to have some very hot days coming.
And when you have hot days, no matter where you keep your thermostat, that means there's going to be higher bills. We have the same problem when it's cold. So we have to let people know that you might as well prepare for some higher bills.
Right. That's just like when TVA passes through to the local power companies about the curtailment, we are asked to pass that on to our customers. We're not saying you need to do this or you need to do that. All we're asking is volunteer to cut back. It's not that the power grid is short or anything like that. It was just that we want to make sure that something don't increase because, you got everybody on the power grid. It's just not FPU or our surrounding utilities. You got other big, large utilities, that's all tied into the grid together.
Before we ask the public to curtail, we actually have the first step, I think, is we curtail a little bit ourselves.
That's right. We cut back inside our office buildings and those kinds of things, like what is asked. And, we try to do our part the best that we can. And like I said, we're not telling anybody to do anything. We're just asking, to help you on your energy bill. You might want to look at doing some of these things as far as closing the blinds, cut your thermostat up a degree or two, or whatever, because we knew it was going to get hot. We knew that our peak demand was going to be breaking some records, which TVA, I think, ended up breaking the total megawatt sold for 3 or 4 days, which is abnormal for this time of year. And, plus we have the pass-through that comes from TVA on the fuel cost adjustment side. That's not a FPU charge. That is a charge that's passed through FPU to the customers. We all have it. And what I mean by that is if you have somebody that lives in Alabama or surrounding counties that says they do not pay a fuel cost adjustment, if it's not broken out on the bill, it is in their base rate. We all pay it. We decided a long time ago that we will break that out just to let our customers know what makes up the bill. So that's the reason we have a fuel cost adjustment line on the bill. But like I said, there's a lot of utilities that decided not to break it out we decided to break it out. So when they say, well, we don't have a fuel cost adjustment, yes, they do.
That's right. Yeah. And the fuel cost is going up. There's a lot of reasons behind that. I'm sure natural gas and maybe other things I don't know about, but that's going to go up next month.
Yeah, the natural gas has increased tremendously, and we still see that it's going to be increasing to a certain degree. And, TVA is getting rid of a lot of their coal-fired plants and those kinds of things. You have to go to other resources to generate. And, right now, if it's fossil fuel, if it's nuclear or anything like that, it takes fuel to some degree to make that happen, but it's not fuel that goes in the company's vehicles or anything like it. It don't have anything to do with that. The fuel cost adjustment is totally what it takes to produce power.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people don't understand that. So hopefully they understand now that it's not about the fuel that we use in our trucks. One thing that people can do is go to energyrock.com for energy tips, like Britt was mentioning earlier. We have those, and you also can get a free home or schedule a virtual home evaluation through. I guess that's Nathan Taylor.
Nathan Taylor's our key accounts person, and he can help on that. And customer service, they can help on it as well.
Okay. All right. So all you got to do is call 433-1522 to get some information about that. Let's see here. One thing, too, when people come in here to talk to us, you might explain a red flag policy, the concept of why I can't go and check on your bill. I have to check. I can check on my own bill, but if my name's not on the account, maybe explain that.
Right. We try to protect all of our customers the best that we can. And the way that we do that, we do have a red flag policy, meaning if you got an account and I want to, and, if we were related and I come in and I say, I want to check on Don Count's account, they're not going to give me that information because my name is not listed on that account. That is to protect our customers. And right now, scamming's worse than anything, and it's going to get worse. Cybersecurity and all those things are increasing quite a bit. We're putting more things out there to protect more of what our customers' information is, and we're trying to get it to where we don't want to handle a credit card, debit card, or anything. So, we don't want to be involved in none of that, but like through the drive-through window, we have to, but out front in our lobby and those places, we do not. But if your name is not on an account and you want to talk to us about, even if you live there, but it's not in your name, we cannot talk to you.
One of your another important jobs is protecting our Fayetteville Public Utilities network, our concept to keep people from hacking in. I mean, there is a lot of customer information, and we have a great IT staff. We have a good program called Know Before that we're working with basically weekly, I would say, maybe daily probably, and trying our best to protect the network that so many criminals out there are trying to hack in every day.
That's right, and you can see where that's going on, and with phishing emails and those kinds of things, but we're putting up more walls, as the firewall protection, we're making it tougher. So far, we've been lucky to some degree, and we haven't had a lot, but we've been able to catch a lot as well. So it's getting tougher and tougher, and we know it's out there, but that's something that's looked at actually every day.
In the past month or so, you had a groundbreaking, a ribbon cutting or whatever out at the solar farm. You might explain to the public, because it's a big deal out toward Elora, a lot of 1,500 acres or whatever it is. I don't know what the number is, but it's a lot of solar out there. You might explain what our involvement is and what that does for our community.
Well, the solar farm up on the county line up toward Elora is 150 megawatts, and actually what they do is they tie back into the TVA 161 line to help produce power, to some degree for the Facebook Meta sites, that's down in Huntsville, Alabama. And, we participated in that, and, it's a good thing. Brings a lot of energy to us, and it's working very well at this time.
Very good. Let's talk about water and wastewater. I know since you have been CEO, which how long has that been now? What year did you start?
07.
07. So it's been, anyway, how long is that? Most of my math people. 15 years. One of the big things that you walked into is our water and wastewater system and the improvements that it had been needing for a while. And so you've got it in good shape, but yet it's still an ongoing process, I'm sure. And so we got a rate increase coming up in that area, and you might explain some of the reasons why.
Well, it's been an ongoing process of improving, doing a lot of rehab, replacing, putting in new. When you got a lot of the system that's 40, 50 years old, it don't last forever.
Right.
But, it's one of those things, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind.
Right.
And it's been needing upgrades for a while, and that's our goal, is to get the system updated, upgraded. Things we done 11, 12 years ago already that we put in new are looking at getting replaced because, your pumps don't last forever. Infrastructure that we're putting in is a different type material that should last a long time. But we still got a lot of the system left to do, and we planning on getting that done. If we get some more state revolving fund money that we have applied for grants and those kinds of things, and that's helped out tremendously, and but we still got a lot of the system that needs replacement.
Yep. Well, we're continuing to improve on all the areas. One of the things that I know you're really proud of is how far you've gotten broadband internet out into the community. You're going to continue trying to get that into other parts of the rural part of the Lincoln County.
Yeah, we're just waiting to hear back from the grant, which I hope maybe by the middle of July we might know something. We're not sure yet, but we're working with the county and the city as well. And if you can get broadband out in the very rural communities, which that's what we're trying to do to help the community, because a lot of people are working from home these days, and it's more important now than it's ever been. The virtual meetings and those kinds of things. You even have, my understanding, there's teachers that teach from home to other ways of getting out to the students, and that's what they're looking at doing. And we're trying to help promote that and improve the quality of life in the rural community.
Very good. Well, we're coming up on 4th of July, a big weekend for our community and for our nation. We're really proud of the flags that Fayetteville Public Utilities helped get those out, and they're all over town.
They're all over town, and got some more coming, is my understanding. So that'll be going out south on the Huntsville Highway, when the brackets get made and those kinds of things, and then we'll take care of that part of the highway. That way you got them out each direction.
That's right. Well, even though it's a holiday weekend, if there's an outage or a problem in any way, we have some pop-up thunderstorms that fly in here. You never know. So you can just give us a call. We have somebody on duty 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Yeah, and, right now, as hot as it's been with the heat index the way it is, and when you have these pop-up thunderstorms, the lightning is very intense and causes damage for us. If the wind gets high, some of the trees are already dying due to the weather. We hadn't had a lot of rain, and, we're trying to take care of everything that we can as fast as we can, but we also got to be very safe at our jobs.
Absolutely. You can also download the Smart Hub app to report an outage and also see if your outage has been reported. You can do that and check on pay your bill as well. So Smart Hub, check that out on your phone and on. Also, you can check us out and see what's going on here at Fayetteville Public Utilities at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And also, this broadcast is on YouTube Live. So we appreciate, Britt, everything you do, and our employees all working in this heat and trying to keep the power on for our community. Plus, as you work toward all the time, Fayetteville Public Utilities does a lot for the community.
Yes, we do, and we're going to continue to do a lot for the community as the best that we can. And, when we can provide something that would help, that regardless, it's all about the kids, right? So, you got to do things for the kids, try to keep them here, improve things for the kids. Very, very important to this community.
We have an intern running the camera today. So
got an intern running the camera today.
That's right. So and plus we have our student utility board, which is going to be coming up real soon. It's hard to believe. Summer vacation when I was a kid, I thought was so long, but now it's just over in a blink. So
and the student utility boards worked out very, very well for us, and some of the students is working part-time. That's right. Some is working full-time.
Full-time, yeah.
So it's really paid off, and it's a good career.
Yeah.
A lot of technology these days, the way that things are changing, and that's what kids are into, and we're willing to offer it to them.
It's hard for me and you to keep up with all that.
It is hard.
Well, we're trying, though. All right. Well, we appreciate you talking to us. Anything before we go?
No, I just want to tell the employees of FPU we appreciate all that they do, our customers for being patient when the power's out or when the water's out or things like that, or broadband. And, again, I appreciate everything what everybody does.
CEO, General Manager Britt Dye has been our guest today here from Fayetteville Public Utility Studios. We appreciate you watching, and we will see you back in here next month.